The 2023 NFL Draft is a week away, and if you're like me, you cannot wait. If you are excited for this year's draft, show us by liking today's video. Some draft rumors coming on today's show, but we're going to begin with the latest on Ezekiel Elliott, as on the Adam Schefter Podcast, Dak Prescott expressed interest in bringing back his good buddy Ezekiel Elliott to the Dallas Cowboys. Here's exactly what Prescott had to say. Quote, "I know myself, and I can tell you there's a lot of people not only on the team, but the organization that would love that in terms of Zeke return. We understand that this is a business and the market changes, things go up and down, so it doesn't always work out the way we see it, but hopefully that could happen. He's been my locker room buddy for years, just a guy I'll go to war with and I'll do anything for in this world. It's tough not going to work with him now, but change is good as well, and I've got to embrace that and embrace what we've got moving forward, and I'm excited for it." None of those quotes should really come as any surprise for Dak Prescott, for Ezekiel Elliott, for this Cowboys team. Dak and Zeke, they came together in the league. They've been very good friends for a very long time. So, of course, Dak Prescott misses his friend and misses his buddy on the roster. And if it were up to Dak, I don't think the Cowboys would have cut Zeke. And that's why the players don't get to build out the roster. It is a business decision, and it was unquestionably the right business decision for the Dallas Cowboys. It had to be done. They had to move on. They had to release Ezekiel Elliott. And we'll get into the likelihood of a potential return. I don't think the door has fully been shut, or at least maybe, let's put it this way, the door's been shut, but it's not locked yet, is maybe the analogy I'll go with on that one. And you guys can chime in the comment section with what you would prefer the Cowboys choose to do with Ezekiel Elliott moving forward. Do you want Zeke back? Y for yes, N for no. That'll be the pinned comments on today's show. So if the ad break comes here on the YouTube side, cool. Take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. Y for yes, N for no. If you're promising me, vet minimum, maybe not even guaranteed a roster spot, like, sure, those moves have never once gone badly. I'm always open to those types of players. But we also have to remember why the Cowboys did this. Zeke was not that guy anymore. I've seen people try to say, well, they were freak injuries. No. He's had a massive workload. That's why Zeke's not the guy he was at the beginning of his career. Why his numbers have dipped significantly from his prime there. My approach is we can revisit this more as like a real possibility after the NFL draft. Because I'm planning on taking a running back within the first 4 rounds. And I'm planning, by the way, on that first 4-round pick back being really good. It's a loaded class at the running back position. I'm excited to get one of those young, cheap, affordable pieces for this Cowboys roster. In the event that you don't take a running back, that changes things. All of a sudden, that might start to make a little bit more sense for a potential Zeke reunion, because I don't think his market has been very good. All of a sudden, maybe the 1-year vet minimum deal is a possibility. But if you draft someone 2nd, 3rd, 4th, the 1st round, then there's no need for Zeke on this roster. Now, today's Cowboys Report is sponsored by Z-Biotics. Let's face it, after I get a bunch of super chats, I don't always bounce back well the next day. There's shots, there's beer bongs. It doesn't always go that great for me. That is until I found Z-Biotics. Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics makes an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver does, but in your gut, where you need it the most. So drink Z-Biotics before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. Give Z-Biotics a try for yourself. Go to zbiotics.com/chatsports to get 15% off your first order when you use code CHATSPORTS at checkout. Z-Biotics backed with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/chatsports and use the code chatsports for 15% off your first order at checkout. Thank you for ZBiotics for sponsoring today's video. The link, the promo code are in the comments section and the description of today's show. Let's move to the draft. Now, the Cowboys get 30 visits, 30 official, bring him into the facility, work him out, physical, etc. stuff, or actually can't do workouts, but physical stuff like close personal visits. They get 30 of those. I believe I have figured out 27 of the official 30 visits, so we'll break them all down. Darnell Wright was publicly announced by the Cowboys' own website. That is one of them, the Georgia tight end. I'm going in rough order of where they could go. Washington's a potential round 1, round 2 pick. I love his game. Zay Flowers of Boston College was mentioned by NFL Network. He is a potential first-round pick at wide receiver. Darnell Wright out of Tennessee has been mentioned. He's a bit of a later in the process one there. He is a real candidate. I don't think he gets to you in round 1. Emmanuel Forbes, who could be a run on corners before you pick, 166 pounds, but fantastic ball skills. So those are 4 potential first-round picks. Some more potential firsts coming. But who do you want to draft in round 1? You can sound off for me in the comments section. Who do you want to take this year? Will McDonald, who I'm beginning to suspect pretty heavily is Dan Quinn's guy, and if Dan Quinn gets to make the pick in round 1, I think it might be Will McDonald at Iowa State. Dan Quinn also worked out McDonald at his pro day. Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee is an official 30 visit. I think and this next couple guys all go between where I think you're drafting in round 1 where I think we'll be drafting in round 2, somewhere in that range. He goes off there, but he brings you speed. Cowboys have shown interest in wide receivers. Drew Sanders, also announced by the team's own website. Linebacker from Arkansas, that mid to late, maybe early second-round player. Trenton Simpson fits a similar mold as Sanders. Impressive athlete there, still some rawness to his game. Tyreek Stevenson, one of only a handful of corners the Cowboys have brought in for a visit. I think the Stephon Gilmore trade I'm a bit less likely to make that move there. Stevenson was a pre-draft visit. That's been announced by a bunch of different people. Tucker Kraft is a more recent 30-visit mention out of South Dakota State, the tight end. Jonathan Mingo, who I think you probably have to take in round 2, but I'd bet about him in the 3rd round out of Ole Miss. Zach Charbonnet probably goes between your 2nd-round pick and your 3rd-round pick. That is one of the most recent ones, the running back from UCLA. Jacqueline Roy, I think I'm pronouncing the first name correctly. It's a bit of a weirder one. At LSU, maybe 3rd, 4th round option for you. Javon Dexter, maybe 2nd or 3rd round pick. This one kind of went under the radar. We only know about it because he posted on his Instagram that he was at the Cowboys facility. So that's how I know he's a 30 visit. Byron Young, another recently, I think it was the last 30 visit the Cowboys had. The edge rusher from Tennessee. Maybe 3rd-round pick option there. DeMarvion Overshown from Texas does not count as a local visit. I'll explain that in a little bit. Cowboys look at him as an edge, by the way. Marte Mapu from Sacramento State had some medical stuff. I think that's probably a big reason why he was here. Fits that linebacker safety hybrid mold so many teams like the Cowboys love. Zach Evans, when we first did this video, I was like, is he a workout, a visit? I'm not sure. Been confirmed as a visit, by the way. Antonio Mafi, the guard from UCLA. Again, these guys are probably more day 3 picks, but you're drafting late 3rd round. You could take one of them there potentially too. We'll go with the rest of the names and the Dallas Davidson. The one guy I'm not sure what he actually is who could be a first-round pick. But if you want more Cowboys draft coverage, make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. Free Cowboys videos every single day. Viliami Fehoko, Junior Fehoko, by the way, at least is not closely related to Sime Fehoko from what I've been able to gather. He is cousins with Vita Vea, though. They think there is some distant, cousin relationship with Sime Fehoko, but just same last names there. He's a day 3 candidate there, kind of in that Chauncey Golston type of mold. Cameron Latu from Alabama was a pre-draft visit. The Combine, I believe, as well. Braden Daniels is not on anyone else's list. On3 reported he was a Cowboys pre-draft visit, so I will include him there. Braden Willis from Oklahoma also fits this mold. He is a really great blocker. He maybe more of a fullback in the NFL. Then 3 more names who are all, I don't think B.J. Thompson counts as a local visit from Stephen F. Austin. Pretty sure that's the case there. Johnson from Liberty, Elm Manning from Hawaii. 3 guys who might get drafted, might not get drafted. If they don't, I bet the Cowboys sign them as undrafted free agents, just like they did with Malik Davis last year. Now, one player who I don't know what it really is Mozzie Smith. Ian Rappaport mentioned the Cowboys met with him, but the way the tweet was framed, he mentioned a couple teams specifically as 30 visits and then other meetings, which makes me think it's not a 30 visit and it's just they had some type of meeting, whether it was at the Combine or at his pro day or whatever, so I didn't include him. If we do, that would get us to 28 of the 30 official pre-draft visits. Now, you might have seen some other names on other lists, but Dallas Day is a very beneficial thing for the Cowboys. Every NFL team is allowed the ability to bring in local prospects based on high school or college and meet with them. It's not quite the same as an official 30 visit. They have think of it as one local pro day, but if you're from the area and you have a conflict, you can still come in later. So Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't come to actual Dallas Day, did have a visit with the Cowboys, but he's from Rockwall. He counts locally, didn't count against the 30 visit there for the Cowboys. Tyler said all the TCU guys count as 30 visits, which is the range, but that would mean Kendre Miller, Quentin Johnston, who you see on 30 visit lists, don't count against that number there. Clayton Tune was a 30 visit there. Kalani Harris, Oklahoma Baptist, fast player. Marvin Mims, Xavier Gibson's got speed. Rasheed Rice. This is the benefit of being a Cowboys team. You get to have all these great prospects come in for free, basically. Steve Avila, at a TCU. Tyler Lacey, Calvin Avery, Robert Barnes. A lot of these guys, like, Momo Sonogo, Jimmy Phillips, Tanner McAllister, might not get drafted. Cowboys have a good feel for them because they're able to bring them in for the Dallas Day. They might make them some undrafted free agents there. Let's move to Trevon Diggs extension. Stephen Jones again expressed interest in a Trevon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb extension. Here's exactly what, maybe I'll be nice and not call him Catboy today, what Steven had to say. That'll become a bigger priority here as we move past the draft. We've historically signed a lot of guys during that training camp period to extensions. But guys like Lamb and Diggs are certainly on our radar in terms of guys we'll have around here for another 5-6 years, whatever that turns out to be. Shocking. That's kind of what I think Stephen Jones would say. Now, the question is, who gets paid first? 88 for CeeDee Lamb or 7 for Trevon Diggs? I think it's Lamb, but I want you guys to vote for us in the comments section. Who ends up getting paid first by the Dallas Cowboys? 88 for Lamb, 7 for Diggs. My suspicion is at least one of these end up getting done, and I would bet that Lamb is the one that gets done faster. I think it's an easier deal to get done because it's the same agent as guys like A.J. Brown. Pay him a little bit more. Cowboys might not feel the exact same way about Diggs. Might want Jair Alexander money. Maybe Dallas wants to give him J.C. Jackson money. That could be the issue there. I think one gets done. Cowboys kind of have to spend money. The Cowboys are currently below the NFL's NFL spending minimum, 90% of the cap over a 3-year time frame of actual cash spent. Dallas is below that figure because they are cheap. This is what I say when the Cowboys don't spend money. I'm talking about this type of thing. They have been one of the fewest cash spenders the past several years in the entire NFL. They have not spent the money the way that most teams do. The Bears and Falcons, rebuilding teams, also in that bucket. Paying a new deal for Dak or Lamb or Diggs would help the Cowboys get over that minimum spending number, and that's why the Cowboys, I criticize them for not actually being proactive, because they're not. They're not spending money the same way other teams are. Now, we will have you covered all off-season long right here on the Cowboys Report, so make sure you are subscribed.